All right, guys, top of the morning. Happy November 3rd. It is crazy to think that this month I'm going to be 44 years old. I feel good. I feel alive. I feel passionate about what I'm doing in life. I feel clear, and I feel that I'm super, super focused. And so I feel like now at 44 or almost 44 that I'm really hitting my stride in my life. I probably could have hit my stride later or earlier in life if I would have made better decisions financially, emotionally, with less drinking. But sometimes it just comes later in life, right? Comes later in life. So wherever you're at, whatever stage you're at, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I don't really care. You have an opportunity right now, this day, moving forward, to create the life that you've always wanted to. So it's never too late, you guys, never too late. I feel like I'm right now going into my best years that I've ever given to my family, to myself, and to this business and to this game. So I'm really excited about this month and where we're at. So I'm going to go to somebody. I'm going to have them take us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. I cannot believe it's already Friday. It's crazy. Let's do this. I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to Damian. Damian, I don't know if you can do this. I know you're dropping baby off. Can you bring us out on the field?
Of course. I've been waiting for this. It's been a while since I've done this, but just continue to be motivated. Continue to work until it works. Continue to drive yourself forward, because if you don't do it, nobody else will. So continue just to be your best self on a daily basis. And again, the way I have to keep summing it up, work until it works. Nothing works until you do. Nothing works unless you do.
I love it. I love it. And speaking about working, I've been pushing Damian for the last couple of years. Get yourself on video. And he's just really leaned into it. He had a self-realization. He's been leaning into it. The last video that you made about the Hilltop Mall in Richmond, that video, I'm seeing all the comments. That was a dope video, bro. Really, really dope video. And not to diminish any of the other videos that you've done in the recent weeks, that video's hitting right now. It's hitting. I would tag the Hilltop Mall. I would tag the city of Richmond. I would tag the mayor. I would get people on that post. That's a really strong post.
Will do. No, again, like you've been recommending that I do this for a while now, but nonetheless, I am doing it now, and I'm getting a lot of responses and just recognition for what I do, which is sell real estate. I also do a lot of other things, but it's all starting to come together, and I appreciate you for continuing to push me to do what I need to do.
Appreciate you, man. Nothing but love. Let's go right into the session for today. I have some thoughts. I'm going to put you guys into a breakout room in just a couple minutes, but I want to start out with this sentiment. And this comes up, and it's came up time and time again, but I think it's a friendly reminder. Right? The post about you and your sales and you're coming soon and you're just listed, like nobody really cares about those things. It's cool. It's for vanity. It's for you. And I get why we have to do it. But at the end of the day, it's really important that you always remember to be the digital mayor, right? You need to be the journalist of your city, journalist of your community. So for example, the video that Damian dropped about the Hilltop Mall, so many people are curious as to what's going to happen with that land. What's going to be built? Is there going to be houses? Is there going to be new, opportunities for businesses? How is that going to impact the economy? So many great things that could potentially happen with that land and that property. But right now, it just is a ghost town, right? So him being able to speak about the things that are happening in the community as the digital mayor, as the commentator, those are things that will separate you guys. I promise you, no matter what city you're in, no matter what part of the Bay Area that you're in, find ways to edify the community that you live in, not just the houses that we sell, not just the process, and not just our coming soon, just listed and just sold, but also what is happening within your community. And I promise you, if you take a deeper look and you look around, you're going to find that there's tons of opportunities for you to go and create dope videos. Now, if you're on the team, you have the ability to collect some information, like Damian did some screen grabs of some articles, and then just send all that to the shredders with your video and have them put together a really, really dope piece. You guys, digital mayor, and be the commentator of your city and become the journalist of your city. Those are things that will separate you. And so I'm glad that you brought this up to me, because it kind of leads me right into my topic of conversation today. Right now, and as we move forward and when we look around, everyone is vying for the same exact thing. Everyone is clamoring. Everyone is vying, and everybody is reaching for the same thing, and it's attention. right? So look around. I was reading something earlier and I want you guys to think about this. On a daily basis, how many emails are you getting right now? We probably have our regular email that is like our personal email that we signed up for everything. And it's like constantly getting stuff sent to it. But we also have our business email as well. Well, I hope you do. So how many emails are you getting a day? And how many social media posts do you see every single day? How many ads are you seeing? And if you watch TV, how much TV are you seeing? And the commercials that are all vying and clamoring for your attention. Stay with me because I want to go a little further on this. Advertising alone, for most people, you'll see over 1,000 ads every single day. From your social media, from your email, so on and so forth. So you'll see over 1,000 ads every single day. And most of us are just, okay, cool. Some of the stuff like built clothing has stopped me dead in my tracks. And now I am a fan. Now I am a part of that, that cause, like my whole wardrobe is built because they stopped me dead in my tracks. So when you are clamoring for attention, you are no different. You have an agenda, you're sharing a vision, and you're a service promoter, right? That's what we're doing. So you have to look at it. We're just like an ad agency. We're just campaigning. We're just marketing, and we're vying and we're clamoring for attention. So when you look at the things that you're doing, and you know that we're out there amongst thousands and thousands of other ads, thousands and thousands of other realtors trying to be top producers in this game, you have to really be clear on what is it that makes Jessica. What is it that makes Sierra? What is it about your voice, your cause, your mission, your purpose, the things that you're posting, the things that you talk about that are going to separate you amongst everyone else? So while everyone's vying, while everyone's clamoring, what are you doing? What are you doing that's going to stop people? And I think a lot of you that are on this call, you could pretty much identify that because I watch you guys. I see you. I spend time with you guys. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And I wanted you guys to really, really be clear on what that actually looks like as you move forward. We're ending the year. I want you guys to have so much clarity on the man, the woman, the person that you're going to be and need to be in 2024. And what's going to be the things that separate you. Is it because you play the banjo and you play the banjo while you're making videos? I don't care what it is. But when you know that so many people are vying for the same amount of attention, how are you going to get people to stop, watch you, communicate with you, and engage with you? And I think that's one of the most important questions that you need to ask yourself right now. So let's do this. I want to share some thoughts with you about a certain topic. And how many of you on this call have ever golfed or are a golfer? Please raise your hand if you are a golfer or have ever golfed. I personally am not a golfer, but I understand sports and I appreciate sports at a very high level. Brett, why do you have different clubs in your bag when you go out to golf? Why do you do that? Just for simple terms for everybody, why do we have different clubs in our bag?
They each shoot different shots.
Totally. They each shoot different shots. One's for the long game, one's for the short game, one's to get you out of the sand, so on and so forth. So I want you guys to think about it this way. When you're thinking about your bag, right? Let's call it your bag. Let's call it your golf bag, whatever it is. You have to think about, like, how am I using all of my skills differently and pulling them out at different times? Meaning, how am I pulling out my influence skills? What techniques I'm using that are different? How am I sharing my voice, my storytelling ability, the body language, the sequence in the order that I say things? Like, how am I using that? Or am I trying to communicate the same way all the time? Because those things will not work. And what will happen is that you'll find that you only attract a certain amount of consumers, and you only connect with a certain amount of people that you talk to. Because what you're doing is you're not reaching into your bag and knowing that right now I need to display a different type of posture. Right now I need to have a different cadence in the way that I speak. I need to put together and formulate my words in a different way. And these are things as you guys are building and growing and coming to coaching, like, are those things that you're actually improving on, right? Are you able to sit in a room and survey and look at Ashley's body language and look at a Vernon's language and look at a Sierra's language and get a sense of how they're feeling, what they're thinking about. Why are they tapping their foot? Are they nervous? Why are their arms crossed? Do they not believe me? Are they skeptical? What are they thinking about? Is there hesitancy? Are they in their reptilian mind? How do I get them in their midbrain to where they start to think and feel and have conversation with me? All of these things, you guys. So when you're thinking about your golf clubs, a lot of times people come into this business and they have a driver. That driver is like, oh, let me just swing this motherfucker and see how far I can go, right? Then you have to look in and say, okay, now I want to get a little bit more tactful. I want to get tactful in the way that I'm saying things, how I'm asking questions, how I'm posturing, right? And if I'm conscious of these things, then I can start to improve. And now what happens is that you can walk into a room with billionaires and you can rub shoulders with them and have effective communication. Or you can go back to the hood and have effective communication with the city that you grew up in. And that's my case, right? I'm a kid that came from the streets. You could put me in a room of people from the streets and I could connect with those people. But I'll tell you what, you can put me in a room of billionaires and millionaires, I can connect with those people as well. But that takes time, you guys. So I want you to think about it. And one more time, your influence skills, the techniques, your voice, your storytelling ability, your body language, the sequencing of how you are actually saying things to other humans. These are things that I want you to think about. And I want you to make sure that you have this bag that no matter where your ball is on the green, that you have an ability to get out of that because you have the right tool in that situation. Like I said, we come into this game, we got a driver. Let me swing for the fences. Well, it takes a lot more skill, technique, dialogue, than it ever has. And especially where this business is heading, I want to make sure that you guys are all conscious about this and you're actually thinking about it. So based on the conversation as we start out, anybody have any thoughts? Anybody have any ideas before we get rolling today? Does anybody want to share anything on the topic thus far? I'll give you guys a chance. Going once, going twice. All right, cool. I'm going to open up the mic to you guys. If in the future our commissions are changed, right? Let's just say they are. Say a seller, you're sitting at a table with the seller, and the seller is asking you, you know what, Vernon? You know what, Jessica? You know what, Rich? I'm really thinking that we don't want to pay a commission to another agent. I'm fine with you representing us, but we're not paying a commission. So I want you to think about it this way. If the idea and the process and the strategy is for us to go out and get more listings, because that's where the power is, we have to know that if buyers or sellers in the future have a choice not to pay a buyer's commission, because a buyer's commission means that they're paying someone to negotiate for the lowest price of their home. So why do you think that this whole lawsuit happened? Well, wait a minute. I'm paying somebody that their job is to essentially get me to sell my home the lowest as I possibly can sell. That doesn't make sense. That's why they won. That's why they won, you guys, right? So think about this. So as we move forward, if things do change, and listen, you guys, I'm all about being proactive with things. This is not going to change anytime soon. It's going to take a long time. There's going to be appeals, so on and so forth. However, I want you guys to be prepared. I want you guys to understand this. If you're working with a seller right now and they say, you know what, Jessica, you know what, Vernon, you know what, Rich, I just don't think that I want to pay a commission. What do you say to that seller? You know you're going to get paid, but what is the advantage of you being able to have other buyers agents who are vetted, who are licensed, who are skilled, come in and be able to bring an offer to the table? What is the advantage to a seller? I want you guys to be able to articulate this. So Vernon, I'm going to go to you first, my man. So here's the objection. We're going to live role play this right now. The objection is just that. Vernon, you know what? I like you. I'm down to have you represent us, but we refuse to pay a commission on the other end. So knowing that there's challenges, knowing that there's going to be a disconnect, what do we say to consumers in the future? What does that sound like?
That's a good one. Well, thank you for the compliment first. I understand the idea of wanting to save money, particularly in this market. However, there's a different perspective that I would like for you to consider. There's a value for paying a buyer's agent commission, okay? We all work for our money as you work for your money. I'm sure you can understand that dynamic. I'm going to get paid irregardless of whether we decide to pay a buyer's agent or not. However, paying a buyer's agent does have some benefits. Okay. So when you're working with me as a professional, we want to work with a similar profiled individual on the buyer's end. We don't want to play games. We don't want to waste our time, right? We want qualified buyers who have gone through the process of being able to actually submit a viable, solid offer for us to consider. That is the commissions that we're agreeing to pay plays a huge role in the quality and the type of agent that we attract, hence the quality and the type of buyer that we attract. So in the long run, is paying the commission going to, and then I go into that, coach, like what's the benefit of paying the commission in comparison to what the detriment would be of not paying the commission? And then get them to see, is it a value to pay 2.5% of the sale price, right? Given all of the pros and the cons of having a legit agent with a legit qualified buyer. And you caught me off guard, so I'm just winging it right now.
Catching you off guard, because you know what? All of you are going to get caught off guard. All of you at one time are going to get caught off guard. You're going to be like, fuck, well, let me get back to you. No, you got to have an answer, which you just provided us an answer. Because here's the disadvantage. And Damian, I'll come to you in a second. Here's the disadvantage. You have an unrepresented buyer that's presenting an offer on said property at 123 Main Street. That unrepresented buyer needs to get some type of legal support. They don't know all the ramifications. They might have to go through a painful litigation if they're trying to get their EMD back. It seems like it could potentially get very, very messy. And it's messy. And as a seller that is trying to move to this new destination by this date, now, does that decrease your chances of doing that, or does it make friction in your ability to do so? I want to work with somebody that understands the process. And when it comes to paying somebody that's going to essentially try to drive the price of your home down, that's why you have me. That's why you hired me, Mr. Seller. I am the one that is the master negotiator. So when it comes to getting the highest amount, there's the last thing I'm going to do is accept an offer that is not anything close to what you want. My job is to get close and above what you're asking for this home. And if we can't do this, we say no, and we keep moving on, or we take the house off the market, right? So it's like we have to prove that we are the master negotiators, and that's how we're going to win. So Vernon, I really love your sentiment and how you said it and how you speak. Let's go Damian, and then we'll go Ashley. I hear you guys' thoughts on this. Damian, what's good, big dog? What's on your mind?
Just a couple points with this new scenario that may come up with not paying a buyer's agent. For one, homes are staying on the market longer now. So sellers will be relying more on a yard sign and Zillow advertising and these different sites to sell their home majorly. Like, if there's no commission for a buyer's agent, what is going to be the incentive of showing this home as opposed to one that's going to pay the buyer's agent to their clients? So there's a bonus for one, is that exposure that money pays for on the buyer's side, as well as fiduciary responsibilities. Like, your responsibility is to that seller, but if you're double ending that deal, the negotiation process is going to be all messed up in terms of trying to work for both sides. Like, you need a buyer's agent so that it doesn't get jumbled up, like you said, to avoid litigation on the other side. So I just wanted to chime in with that. There are a couple points to articulate to sellers as to why it is beneficial for them to pay a buyer's agent.
Let's think about this, you guys. There was brought up in the trial that, well, buyer's agents weren't showing or were steering. And I don't really believe that this is right. And I don't believe in it at all. What I mean by that is that when you have a buyer that says, I want to go look at properties, we're not just showing them the properties that offer us a 2.5% commission. We're not doing that. We go where the consumer wants to go. Are we going to sprinkle in some new builds? Yeah, because I feel that you should see what it's like to build the house from the bottom up. Absolutely. But the people that work with integrity in this business, we are basing off the demands of the client. Are we going to sprinkle in some other properties? Absolutely. So that part of the trial really kind of pissed me off for all you good agents out there that are doing what's in the best interest of the consumer. Couple bad seeds out there, we get it. But at the end of the day, we show homes based on what they tell us they want to see. Right? That's not steering. It's not steering. So Ashley, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And then we're going to start shifting the conversation in about 5 minutes. Ashley, I knew you'd chime in on this. Let's hear from you.
Damon took the words right out of my mouth. I was on a call yesterday and they were saying that it's basically like having a pocket listing if you are going to not pay the buyer's agent. And I understand like there's the steering thing that got brought up, but there are a lot of agents that are going to say, well, you're not going to pay an agent. So you can go over there by yourself and see what happens. And that's gonna make it to where there's not a lot of people seeing the property and you're not going to get the highest price for your property. So it's really at your detriment to not pay the buyer's agent, because we want to attract all the buyers that we possibly can. And we're going to do that by putting the commission in.
Yeah, I totally agree. So here's what I'm doing, you guys. I want to take a proactive approach to this as a leader and as a coach in our industry. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a rally cry to some of the top coaches in the entire industry across all brands, across, exposure, the big coaches of the world. And I'm going to do a mastermind, and hopefully I can line this up for the 27th of this month. It's going to be a free mastermind. It's going to be 3 hours. And I'm going to bring all these coaches together just to hear what their sentiment is. And I'm going to open it up to the real estate community. And so I want to lead the charge, right? I want to lead the charge. I want to say, if we're going to do something about this, or if it's going to change, listen, the people that are in my ecosystem are going to be well prepped and prepared if things do change, right? If things do change, I want everyone that's in my circle to be able to be prepared. So be on the lookout for that. I'll make sure that everyone gets invited to that. I'm trying to line up Coach Pipes, John Cheplack, Jeff Glover. I got John Pugh. Me and Raquel are going to lead this. It's going to be a pretty powerful session, because I feel like the ones that are going to stand up in front and do something about this are going to be the ones that are going to stand for change. So I want to be about it, and I don't want to just talk about it. And so more information to come on that. So you guys, first off, go back to the conversation. Everyone's clamoring, everyone's vying for your attention. What are you going to do to stand out? When you're working with the seller, challenges are going to come up. Sellers are not, they're not dumb. They're reading and they're listening. It's going to be up to you to help them understand the reality and the impacts of any changes. And it happens across the industries. Changes happen. So you have to be aware of it. You have to be able to be conscious. You have to be able to articulate this at a highest level of how this may or may not impact them. Because listen, people are coming to you, and they should come to you as a doctor, as a lawyer, right? When you hear a doctor or a lawyer, you feel that person's the highest level expert, right? I want that for you as well. You are the CPA, you are the expert, you are the doctor, and your word should be gospel. And that's how I want people to look at you. So here's what I want to do, you guys. I want to break us into a couple groups. And what I want to do right now is that we've been talking about seasonality, right? We've been talking about all the things that you guys can do for the next couple months to really, really drive your business. So I want you guys to go into a breakout room, and whoever wants to lead that group, raise your hand. That can be you. That can be someone else. I don't care who it is. Someone lead the damn group. In that group, I want you guys to share with me a couple different things. What are you committed to executing over the next 2 months? And listen, it doesn't have to be 20 things. What are you committed to executing? Is it your pie drive? Is it your one-to-one videos? What is that number? What does that look like? What's the plan? Who is the person in your life right now that's going to hold you accountable to the things that you said that you want to do for marketing, for the season, for the fall time, for, Christmas, all the things that are going to be happening? And how many people do you plan to reach with this plan? How many people do you plan to reach with this plan? And it's very, very simple. I'll give you an example. We're going to do a 12 days of Christmas as a company. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an advent calendar. And that advent calendar, you're going to pull it open on the first day of Christmas. My true love gave to me 12 text messages to my sphere of influence, right? Cool. On the second day of Christmas, 20 calls. Third day of Christmas, you guys get the point. Why are we doing this? Because if I can get you guys to take massive action over the next 2 months, what does that mean? That means as January comes in, you got a lot of things moving. You got a lot of interaction. You got people that are talking with you. You're writing offers, you're showing homes, and you're in contract. That's what I want. And then for the people on the team, I'm going to run a contest. for January and February. And I'm going to run a contest, and we're going to hook you guys up with some really, really dope prizes. We're going to do, probably a 3-day, 2-night somewhere. We're going to offer some cash. Maybe it's an experience like, foreign cinema, whatever it looks like. But I want to make sure you guys do the activity, get the momentum. And then now that you've done all this prospecting and marketing, you have an opportunity to do something nice for yourself for winning the competition in January, February. So that's how I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to break you. That's right. Let's go. I'm going to break you guys into breakout rooms. And then what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to go in those rooms and you guys are going to talk for, let's say 10 minutes, right? Back to the questions. What are you committed to executing in the next 2 months? Once again, it doesn't have to be 20 things. Maybe it's 3 things. What's the plan? Who's the person that's going to hold you accountable? Is it your lady? Is it your husband? Is it your best friend? Is it me? Is it Ashley? Is it Damian? Is it Vernon? I don't care who that person is. Clearly define that. And how many people do you plan to reach? Right? If I have 500 people in my database, I'm going to reach out to those 500 people 4 times by the end of the year. That's 2,000. My hope is that I get 5 appointments from that. If I get 5 appointments and I do showings with those people, maybe I'll close 1 deal from just doing my reach out for the next 2 months. And guess what? I've told you to spend 0 money, right? You can send somebody a nice message every single day for free. You can create something on Canva that you can go and deliver at their doorstep. You can do a dope video every single day from now until November 30th about all the reasons why they're thankful for you. Jessica, if I sent you a video that said this, Jessica, what's up? Hey, I just wanted to say, I've been seeing your videos. I love the things that you're doing in real estate. And I just want to say that I'm super, super grateful for your energy. And I see you out there trying to make moves for you and your family. So just appreciate you. Hope all is well. And you got my vote on anything that you're doing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. How would that make you feel, Jessica?
It'd make me feel really special and like
Totally.
they're watching me.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
People will love stuff like that. So I don't know if that's part of your plan, but what I want you guys to do is I want you to work in these smaller groups, and I want you guys to get everyone talking in these groups. I'll bounce around, but I'm just going to be quiet, and we're going to come back to this room right at 9:12 to the main room. So 9:12. So I'm going to give everybody 10 minutes. You guys elect somebody to be a leader, and I'm going to assign automatically. You'll hop into these rooms, have some fun with it. But once again, let me just recap. What are you committed to executing? What's the plan? Who's the person that's going to hold you accountable? And how many people do you plan to touch from now until the end of the year, right? Clearly define that within your group. And if you just have a brand new database, it's all good, you guys. So let's go. I'm going to break you guys into breakout rooms right now. And I'm going to, let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to create a couple breakout rooms here. Let's do... breakout rooms. Okay, recreate. I'm going to do, let me see, 5. Let me do 5 rooms. Okay, cool. Automatically recreate. All right, cool. I'm going to assign you guys right now. Open all rooms. Boom. You guys are now in your rooms. So go have some fun with it, and I'll see you back here at 9:12. Go do your thing, chicken wing. Sherry, you got to hop in a room. You're assigned to a room. You're assigned to room 3. Hugo, you're assigned to room 3, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Jonathan, are you there? Jonathan, you're in room 3, bro. There you go. Hi, Roma. How are you?
Hey there, should I leave here?
So Roma, if you wanted to, you can go into group one. That's the room that you're assigned to. We're just going to be in our breakout rooms for 10 minutes. Your choice.
Okay. Oh, I left there. I'm not sure how to go back there.
Yeah, you're still, hold on, Roma, hold on. Boom, I just put you in three.
Okay. Thank you.
You go. I'm going to put you in a room right now, bro. I just put you in four, okay? Four more minutes, you guys. Make sure to get everybody involved in the conversation. All right, guys, less than 60 seconds. We'll get everybody back in the room. Hi, Joellen. Congratulations once again. It was really great spending time with you yesterday.
You two, it was a lot of fun. I'm so glad that we attended.
That was great. That was really, really great. And hi, Guadalupe. I don't think we have met personally. Maybe we have. I just don't recognize you, but hello and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And Guadalupe, how did you learn about our Keep It Moving group coaching?
Silvano, actually, he sent it to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're here. And my hope is that you learn one thing. That's it. You don't need to learn a bunch of stuff, but as long as you take one thing from this session, that is all good in my world. All right, guys, a few more seconds. We'll go ahead and get rolling. Carlos, I'm going to call on you, bro. You're going to be the representative of your group. Joellen, you'll be the representative of your group. Ashley, you'll be the representative of your group. Jessica, you'll be the representative of your group. And Vernon, you'll be the representative of your group. All right, guys, let me see. Is everyone here? Is everyone back? All right, cool. Let's roll, you guys. So I'm going to go back over to Ashley. Ashley, what were some things that you heard from the group? I want to hear about some high level strategies. What's the group doing? What was something that you felt was super, super unique, fun? Let's hear from you, Ashley, represent for the group.
So many people giving back to the community. I just love it. Sierra is going to work at a food bank. She's going to film it, put it on social media, get the community involved. The SPCA she's getting involved with. She's going to door knock around her neighborhood. And then Blessing is really working on building her community. It's a lot of disconnected kind of new builds. And so she's going to door knock her entire community and put together a list of people, get their phone numbers. She's going to create a flyer and do a clothing drive. And then while she's doing that clothing drive, she's going to put a list together of people and their phone numbers and their email addresses and get them involved on Nextdoor so she can really hone in on building that community. And then we had somebody that was, they're feeding the hungry, doing haircuts for kids, free haircuts for kids. So a lot of amazing things and ideas that'll really bring people together.
Ashley, walk me through the numbers. What are you committed to executing over the next 60 days? What's the plan? Who's the person that holds you accountable? And talk me through the numbers. How many people are you going to reach over the next 60 days?
You broke out. Was that me? You're asking about myself?
Yeah, sorry. If I'm breaking up, let me know. I'll fix my mic if it's not clear.
All right. So for me, I am working on my newsletter. That on autopilot hits $1,600 to $1,800 100 people every single week. I'm committed to doing 5 reels a week. That alone is 3,000 per reel. And then manually 5 people a day. On top of those things, I'm going to reach out and do video messages to 5 people.
Beautiful plan. I love this. I love this. And last question for you, Ashley, who's the one person to hold you accountable in your life?
My husband's holding me accountable.
I love this. I love this. Okay, cool. Let's go over to Carlos's group. Carlos, what were some things that you heard from the group? Share with me as the leader of that group. Let's go.
It was a little bit of everything, a little bit of social media, some people are kind of starting off with the social media. I kind of told them my experience, how you kind of pushed me to get on social media, and told them, like, you know what, you just got to do it. You're going to be nervous at first, but once you start seeing those videos, you get the interaction, like you just want to put more out there. So the social media, doing open houses to get those buyer leads, right?
So I'm going to pause you for a second. Here's what I want. I want some exacts, meaning like when a person talks, how many open houses are they doing? How many social media posts are they going to do? And over the span of the next 2 months, what does that look like? And in regards to marketing, what's happening for Christmas? What's happening for Thanksgiving? What's happened for the month of gratitude? What's happened for Hanukkah? What's happened for New Year? Like, if you think about it this way, and if you don't have that answer, it's cool, Carlos. When you think about it this way, it's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to do more social media. I'm going to get my social. Fuck that. What does that mean? I'm going to do 5 stories a day minimum. I'm going to do 5 reels a week minimum. I'm going to slide in 5 people's DMs every single day minimum, right? So if I do that effectively from now to the end of the year, how many people have I sent, or how many people have seen my videos, right? Then if I'm going to send these mailers out for Thanksgiving, or if I'm going to send out this month a minimum of 5 one-to-one thankful videos every single day, right? So so walk me through. And if you don't have someone else's, what is your plan, Carlos? From now to the end of the year, what are you going to do?
Okay. So yeah, we didn't really get into too many details on everything, for me, it's going to be, I'm actually having my first batch of mailers going out today. First order, 1,100. So I have that. I'm going to do probably another batch of 500 this upcoming week and just keep doing those every month. I'm also working on the probate leads. Last couple of days, I figured out how to pull them directly from the courthouse. So that way I could just get them directly instead of having to pay for them because they do get kind of costly. So that's my plan for me. And then stick with social media. I want to just keep, I know I've been kind of slacking a little bit. I haven't been putting up as much as I was, but I want to do at least two reels every week.
All right, cool. I'm going to push you. I think you and in your ability, you can do 4 a week no matter what. And let's push Carlos to do 4 a week. And here's what I want for you, Carlos, and this is for everyone on the call. I want you every single day for the month of November to send 2 to 5 one-to-one videos to people that are on Facebook or people that are on your Instagram, right? Friends, family, uncles, aunties, uncles, people that you used to work with a long time ago, whatever that is, and send them a one-to-one video. Find one thing that you could be thankful for to share with them, or tell them that you're thankful for them, whatever that is. That right there, I promise you, will be a game changer. You'll get tons of engagement for us. So Carlos, I appreciate you. Let's go over to Joe Ellen's group. Joe Ellen's group, let's hear from you. Tell me some things that you heard from your group, and then walk me through what your plan is, because I know you got one. Joe Ellen going once, Joe Ellen going twice. Cool. We're going to move over.
Hey, a second. Hold on.
Sorry. You know I move fast.
I'm multitasking right here. I'm doing ChatGPT, a seller squeeze on my next door, and I'm listening to all of this. So give me a so our breakout session, it sounds like we're gonna do some door knocking. We didn't get an exact, well, one of the gentlemen, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. Was it Raj? I'm sorry, he's a newer guy. I can't remember his name, but he wants to tackle about 500 in his database. He's gonna drop off brownies.
It's Rich.
Oh, Rich, thank you. Sorry, Rich. Thank you. I'll never forget it again. Jordan wants to do a pie drop off as well. She wants to do something for Christmas. She wants to do some donations. And Nias wants to kind of piggyback off us right now too, it sounds like, and hone in on his first time home buyer program that he's doing. And then myself, I have an event in November, and it's going to be a blanket drive. I have a Christmas event, which is the Grinch with Maria. I'm going to do the pie drop off too to all my past clients. And I'm calling 25 expireds a day, hoping to get 3 to 4 appointments, as well as posting my next door app, asking for blankets. And I'm also doing a big fundraiser for CASA, the foster kids. I did one last year, and I'll get all the neighbors to donate the toys. And again, just meeting more of my neighbors. And I want to get 3 transactions the next 3 months.
Joella, tell them about the Christmas tree idea.
Oh, yeah. And so I came up with this. Oh, and I'm doing 4 open houses a month from November and December. I'm going to get that in there. So during the open houses for Thanksgiving, I was thinking, why don't we get these little pies and have the people who come in pick a pie, and under the pie is going to be a number that's going to be a prize. So you could do pick a pie to win a prize. And then in Christmas, they have these little dollar Christmas trees you can get at Target, and pick a Christmas tree to win a prize at your open house.
I love stuff. So just let's pause for a second. Quantifiable, right? It's one thing to say I'm going to do this, but like put some numbers and commit to that. For example, if I was to post 5 stories a day, and if I was to post 5 reels a day, or excuse me, a week, that means that I'm going to have 40 new videos by the time we turn the calendar. And that means that I've had a minimum of 280 stories from now until the end of the year. Does that mean I'm going to have more engagement? 100% I'm going to have more engagement. More people are going to see my face. And so I make a commitment to that. 4 open houses. Well, at every open house, that means I could potentially see, let's say, 10 people come to my open house. Let's just be conservative. Well, that's 40 people. But every single open house, I knocked on a minimum of 50 doors. So now I've knocked on 200 doors, plus I saw 40 people come to my open houses. That's 240 more opportunities. If my goal is to get 3 more contracts at the end of the year, I know that my activities are supporting that goal of hitting 3 more transactions from the end of the year. So it's one thing to say it, put some numbers behind it, define it, be clear on that, commit to it, talk to your hubby, talk to your kids, talk to your coach and say, hey, this is what I'm committed to hitting. You guys, I don't know if you hear it in my voice, but this is the time where you milk the shit out of this time of year, you guys. Milk it to give yourself tons of momentum in 2024. Make 2024 your best year. So Vernon, let's go to you, and then we're going to actually wrap the conversation. But Vernon, let me hear 2 things that you heard from your group, and let's hear your plan.
2 things that we heard from our group. Silvano is hosting a live buyer seminar in a cool setting. One of his friends owns a coffee shop, and so it's a very intimate setting of about 25, 30 folks, with the videographer and the all of that, the whole marketing strategy. We feel that from that 25, it could reverberate out to 4 times that in terms of his scale, the scope that he could cover. A lot of us are specifically focused on door knocking. I'm knocking 50 doors a week. I think Demian is knocking 60 doors a week. Was it, bruh? Armanice, she's not on the phone anymore, but she had committed to 100 doors a week. And so collectively as a group, I think we were at about 4,000 doors knocked over the next 60 days when we all meet our deliverables. A lot of us have really, some of us are already actively, posting reels regularly. But I've got a 5 reel a week commitment from Demian. I've got a 5 reel a week commitment from Armanice, which I don't see. Oh, shoot. Forgot about Brett. Brett is new to Tri-Valley. And so he has been in real estate for some time, but is new to that area. So his intention is to knock 60 doors a week as it relates to introducing himself to the Tri-Valley market. One of us, Armanice, is also doing another live seminar within like the next month. And for me, I'm committed to 80 one-on-ones within the next 60 days to my sphere of influence. So knocking 400 doors, consistent with my reels, 40 reels over the next 60 days, 80 one-on-ones. I've got 3 or 4 listings that are happening. We're going live on one on Monday. So I feel like my engagement individually and our engagement as a team is going to be magnanimous as we can to build momentum into 2024. Did I love it. Justice, you guys?
Yeah, that's good, man. When we think about like the year that Vernon has had, he is clear on where he's going for the rest of the year. He knows what type of momentum that's going to give him. You look at somebody like Silvano, who's going to do this dope event. From one event, how many pieces of content can he get from that one event that he could break into reels to give that even more shelf life and still promote that months and weeks after that event is over with? So I love that, you guys. I love the plan. Here's one thing that you guys can do and should do. And if you don't have it, then do it. If you have a newsletter, or if you haven't built a newsletter, this is a really good time because here's what you can do. Hey, Tom, I'm reaching out because I'm building my holiday list and I want to make sure that I have your address. What's the best address for you? If you're telling them that you're building your holiday list, is somebody going to go, oh, no, I'm not giving you my address? No, I'm building my holiday list, or I'm building my holiday email list. I want to make sure that you're on my list. What's the best email for you? Same thing. But that's a great reason to reach out. My point is that if you are grateful for something this month, I believe that you should share that in your newsletter. And your normal newsletter, it's the same probably cadence. It has your header, then it has a couple articles, then it has a footer. Right? That's your normal newsletter. Well, do a game changer one. And every single week, if it goes out on a Monday, it's a video from you. What's up, you guys? It's Vernon. I just want to say hello. This month, I'm very, very grateful for you, for if you're receiving this, watching this, reading this. But I'm really grateful for my family, for my sports team, for this, that, and the other. I would love to hear what you guys are grateful for this month. There's a QR code down below. All I want you to do is hover over that QR code and enter in the things that you're grateful for in your life right now. That would mean the world to me, right? And then allow them to keep on reading through your newsletter. Find out what people are thankful for. And when you get those responses back from people, make videos on it. Make videos on it. Hey guys, it's Sierra. Hey, I got a couple responses back from what people are grateful for, and this one hit home. This family said that they're grateful that their uncle beat cancer this year, and I just want to share that with you. So keep them coming in, you guys. I love seeing this, and I love that you guys are sharing. I promise you, this is the month where you can do that. If you try to do this shit in February and March, it's not going to work. This month, you can do it, and you can really, really connect with the outcome of it. So you guys, purpose of this was to get you guys really, really clear. This is Action Friday. Action Fridays are about putting things into your business that are going to move you forward, right? Stop thinking. This is not the time where we think about the things that we should be doing in our business. This is execution time. You guys have a chance to really capitalize, or you're going to miss the boat. Before you know it, it's January 2nd. And man, I had Hanukkah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, month of gratitude, all these things, New Year. I had at least 5 to 10 things I could have talked about, and I slept on the opportunity. Don't sleep right now, you guys. Don't sleep. Get busy. Get busy with your marketing. Before we head out, you guys, obviously I just got back from an amazing trip, life-changing trip. I want you guys to ask yourself, as you're planning, prepping, and preparing for the new year ahead, I want you guys to get back to yourself, and I want you guys to really be clear on this. If you were to go somewhere in the world, anywhere in the world, to go on an experience, to go on a vacation, to go on a trip, where would you go? And I want to close out the meeting with this. Like, where would you go? Who would go with you? And for the person and yourself that you took on this trip, or the people, what would that mean to you, and what would that mean to them? Right? And if you've been dreaming about going somewhere, how does that happen? What can you do this year in 2024 to make that a reality for you and for your family? Where would you go? What would you see? What would you experience? And what would that mean to you? And I promise you guys, if you make that a goal and you make it visible and you talk about it, you bring that into existence, you're going to find yourself sitting on the beach somewhere sipping on a coconut. That's what I want for you guys. Not just to grind, for us to not do shit. I want you to go out and spend some money on yourself and go and spoil yourself and be exposed to amazing cultures in the world. So I wanted to leave you with that. So before we close out and go to 2 people, Sierra, I want to hear from you. What is one key takeaway as a first timer to Keep It Moving group coaching? Let's hear from you. You're muted.
Some of the stuff that, well, I actually watched your previous coaching call, and some of the stuff that was said about what's going to happen in the future with the litigation that's going through was really valuable, I thought. And I actually brought that conversation to my mom, who has sold a lot of houses, and it was really interesting hearing her perspective and talking to her. So that was like a little bit of experience with that. I think that these meetings are super valuable as far as getting ideas from other people about what they're doing, and that the action that's being taken, being really specific with that. Like, I'm narrowing it down, but then getting even more specific about numbers and when it's going to happen. You know, like I don't even have my license yet. And I'm like, dude, I can start a Facebook group for my neighborhood. That hasn't been done. And I can do that without a license. And I'm like, that thought just happened while we were sitting here, right? I was like, I can door knock, I can give out a flyer, and I can make a Facebook group. And that's what I'm going to do.
Love it. Love it. And like small things that will give you so much progress over time. And I absolutely, absolutely love that. You guys, this business is about action. You are paid in direct correlation to the amount of action that you choose to take. One more time. This business is about action. You are paid in direct correlation to the amount of action that you choose to take. You're either going to choose to take it or you're not. That's on your shoulders, not on mine. Not on mine. My family's going to eat, and I want your families to eat as well. So you guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for everything that you did today. Thank you for the groups. Thank you for leading the charge. And I'm excited. Here's a commitment that I'm making. I'm making a commitment to send 3 one-to-one videos to somebody every single day, just sharing with them why I'm thankful for them. That's my commitment. So looking forward to seeing what you guys do in the coming weeks and coming months. Judith, let's hop back on the call in 10 minutes. I'm going to take a quick 10-minute break. So you guys, thank you for being here. For everyone that's in intensity, I'll see you guys at 10 o'clock for our final wrap session. But you guys keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and have an amazing, amazing weekend. Peace.
Peace.